Can I have everybody's attention? First of all, I'm Joe's brother Bobby, or Linda, depending on how you know her, Linda or Joe's brother Bobby. On behalf of our family, my wife Gina, my sister Harriet, my brother-in-law Rick, and our whole family, thank you so much for coming and taking time out of your day and your weekend to come honor Joe and lift her up, and celebrate her. They wanted to let you know that the appetizers are out there now. And of course, I think most of you figured out the bar is open. So anyway, thank you again for coming out. I just want to say a quick prayer, and then my sister Harriet wants to say a few things. But, if everybody join me in prayer. Heavenly Father, we lift your name up, the name above all names. And we ask this group, we all want to lift up my sister today. Lift her up to you, to be there with you forever in glory. We thank you for making her a part of our lives, and we commit her to you now, and until we see her again. In Jesus' name, amen. All right, here's my sister Harriet.
I wanted to, our family wants to thank all of Linda, Joe's friends, and our neighbors and extended family for all they did for Linda. Especially during this last 4.5 years. What did I do? I'd just like to name a few of the people who went above and beyond to help Linda. Lauren Lynch, Linda and Jack Garassi, April Reese, Carol Christensen, Linda Garrett, Sue and Guy Richards, Karen and Mike Malecki, Bob Morrison, Linda Garrett, did I say Linda Garrett twice? Sorry. Janelle Jakubowski, the whole City Limits Hog chapter, and our cousin Jimmy Plowman. Thank you all very, very much for everything you did for her. What? Okay, and Nancy from the Nancy Morrison from the City Limits Hog chapter is going to read a bio that was sent to us by
Top Cats.
By Top Cats. Thank you, Nancy.
Hi. This is an article that was written in the Top Cats newspaper, and it was written by a traveler. Nothing is more difficult than hearing of the loss of a friend or a loved one. I've got a Top Cats hat. My husband was a member, so that's what they have on too. Our good friend and longtime Top Cats affiliate, Linda Jo Giovannoni, has lost her battle with cancer. Jo recently relocated to Texas to be closer to her family, but unfortunately passed away shortly after moving. Jo Giovannoni began riding in 1967 in the Chicago suburbs, never dreaming that it would lead her to becoming the 5th woman inducted into the National Motorcycle Hall of Fame. In the mid-1970s, Jo was very active in the motorcycle ranks, and in 1983, she co-founded the second chapter of the Women in the Wind, WITW, now an international group. In 1985, she co-founded Harley Women magazine, which was created for women motorcycle riders. Jo also started the Queen of the Hill drag race, an all-women's, all-Harley drag race held during the Black Hills Motor Classic in Sturgis, South Dakota. In 1991, Jo appeared in the film She Lives to Ride by Alice Stone of Focella Films, and was a great speaker when the film debuted at the Chicago Art Institute. Her involvement with Harley Women led to appearance on national shows such as Geraldo, The Vicki Lawrence Show, National Public Radio, and many more. The book Hear Me Roar by Anne Farrar also featured Jo. In 1992, Jo and her former partner were included in the American Motorcycle Association's Heritage Motorcycle Museum display on women in motorcycling. Jo also appeared on one of the Harley-Davidson's People Collector cards, similar to the baseball cards. Jo was a good friend to Jerky Man, one of the founding members of Top Cats, who she rode with on many occasions back in the late 90s. In 2009, Jo's world changed when she was hit by a distracted driver. Her accident led her to a position as an accident investigator for Hoopie and Abraham, the creators of the Watch for Motorcycles campaign. Okay. While many of us knew Jo, a fortunate few of us enjoyed a personal relationship with her. Jo's last visit to Top Cats was in June 2015, when she attended a meeting to discuss her adventures and her movie, She Lives to Ride. The sadness over the loss of Linda Jo Giovannoni will be felt throughout the community of motorcyclists and certainly within Top Cats. We remain thankful for the opportunity to have known such an accomplished woman. Excuse me. Such a successful business person, a good friend, and a lady whose legacy will never perish. And now here's Rick Case, a member of Top Cats.
Thank you. My name is Rick Case. I'm the Vice President at Top Cats, and a lot of you have been handed a black bandana today. And I would like to explain that tradition. The tradition was handed from Top Cats to the City Limits Hog chapter. And what we do is we take a bandana and we tie it on the left hand grip when someone passes. The one that was on there previously, and hopefully it's extremely white from weathering, we pass it on to the family and give it to them to what they want to do with it. But it's a memorabilia from us to them. So if you didn't get a black bandana today, feel free to see either myself or Bob, and we have them available for you. It's a great tradition, and we would like to help everyone to help us carry it on. Thank you very much.
And this is Mike Malachi from, he's the director of City Limits Hog Chapter.
Hi everybody. First, condolences, sympathy to the family. Jo was just a wonderful lady. I have a letter from Bill Davidson, Vice President of the Harley-Davidson Museum. Unfortunately, he was not able to make it today because he's out of town on business. In memory of Jo, on behalf of the Davidson family, I would like to send my sincere sympathies to Jo's family and friends. Jo was an amazing woman and pioneer in the world of motorcycling, an advocate and inspiration to so many, especially women. Jo's adventurous spirit and infectious smile will be remembered and live on in the hearts of all who knew her and loved her, and she will be missed. Please accept our heartfelt condolences on your loss and know our thoughts are with you. Sincerely, Bill Davidson, Vice President, Harley-Davidson Museum. Also on that, the Harley Davidson Museum is going to be putting up a display for Jo with some of her riding leathers and personal effects. So if somebody, some of the stuff back here on the table with her magazines, they'll be putting together a display at the museum. So if anybody has something that they'd like to donate. Already taken care of? Excellent, very good. Okay, and one last thing I was asked to explain. After we're done here, we'll be going over to the Carl Hansen Picnic Grove, and we'll be doing the last rev. What's that done is our group of motorcycles in remembrance of Jo. There'll be 3 revs of the entire group, kind of the last goodbye, and then it'll be replied by somebody representing Jo, 3 revs, and then that's our saying goodbye to her as a motorcycle group, if anybody was going to follow us down there.
Yeah, people in cars are certainly welcome to go in the procession. My name is Rick Espinosa. I've been married to Linda's sister since 1968. That's the year I met Linda. I've been part of this family since then. But more importantly, I see people out here, friends and neighbors, people who have loved Linda since they were in kindergarten. And these people are still here. And she's an incredibly loyal person. And, oh, I didn't expect to do this. More importantly to me, I've had 3 children and grandchildren, and Linda is an incredibly generous, loving person, and obviously Auntie Jo. Everybody in our family loved her, but I think her loyalty to her friends and the fact that she's nurtured these friendships, these love affairs, all these years, I think it speaks volumes.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Here you go, Robert.
Okay, if we missed any, I know we try to express thanks to all the people that helped Jo, especially over the last few years when she's been sick. If we missed anybody, we're sorry, but there's been so many angels that came out of the woodwork to help her, which speaks to y'all and, sorry, I'm from Texas, to you guys and also to her character. If anybody would like to come up and tell a story, exchange or just relay any memories of Linda or Jo, Linda Jo.
Tell the story of her last adventure.
Her last big
I
adventure.
just didn't know if Harriet was okay with it.
Yeah, I'm okay.
Some of you have heard the story of what happened yesterday, the roller coaster ride we had yesterday. I'll try and put this in a nutshell, but we had a very interesting experience yesterday. We had the estate sale the last couple days, and right at the end, we posted for people to just come and like bring your trucks, everything's free, come and get it. And there was more or less a feeding frenzy of sharks. These people got very competitive, and in their haste to just grab whatever they could and get it home and see what they ended up with, when they were gone, we realized that they walked off with not only this painting over here, thankfully it's back as you can see, and they also took some patches and pins that we had hoped to have here for everybody to take, which that we didn't get those back. But they also took my sister's remains. So we were distraught, shell-shocked there for a few hours. We got sick to our stomachs. But thankfully they got home, realized what they had, and they were kind enough and decent enough to return Jo from her last adventure. Anyway, yeah, that yesterday was quite an event. Yeah, why don't you come up here, Rich? Yeah. Anyway, here's Joe's ex-Rich Phelps.
Good, my favorite brother-in-law.
My name is Rich Phelps. I've known Jo for over 50 years. And I'm an ex-husband, unfortunately. When I, 1972, you have to forgive me. When I got out of service in 1972, I came from an island of Okinawa, which was 75, 80 degrees. And I came home in January of 72, sat around the parents' house for about a week, freezing my butt off, got bored, decided I'd walk to the neighborhood bar. And this bar, as you go in, it's dark, so your eyes had to adjust. So I went through the first door, and then my eyes adjusted, went through the second door, and as I looked across that bar and seen Joe with the biggest smile that you'd ever imagine, and being gone for 18 months from the USA, I was lost. But over the years, sitting in that bar for about a month and a half, you start to realize how somebody is and who they are. And the one nice thing about that experience was she never stopped smiling. And people came and gone, and of course, you know, the bars, there's always jerks, but she would turn around and shake her head and smile, but never once did she ever talk about the situation. But over the years, I have to admit, she's the reason why I got my first Harley Davidson. The story is that I had a Triumph. And I sat at this red light one time on a 4-lane highway. As I was sitting there on my bike, I heard this rumbling coming behind me. And as I'm turning, I see this front tire go by with no fender. I seen the front end go by, and go by, and go by. Sort of turned and looked, and she looked at me and smiled. And by that time, the light turned green and she took off. And I turned around, took the bike home to the garage, and I said, that's it. I ain't going out until I got another Harley, until I got a Harley. So, it's just over the years, you really learn how somebody really is. And I was fortunate to be part of that. So I'm not here today to say goodbye. I'm here to say, see you down the road. Thank you, Larry. Love you guys.
If anybody else would like to come up and speak, we have the microphone here. Feel free to come up and share your stories, or if you want to share your stories with the table you're sitting at, that's fine too. But we are here to celebrate your life, and whether you're celebrating and laughing or shedding a few tears, it's all good. But thank you again so much for coming and celebrating Joe with us.
Okay, all these girls back here, you can come on.
Thank you for being courageous.
Yeah, it's not easy.
Dudes in the dudeses.
I met Jo when she worked at Villa Park Harley. That was quite a while ago, I think maybe 40 years. And we were both riding rigid frame choppers at the time, which you didn't see a whole lot of back then. And we had many adventures on the road. She rode with me for my bachelorette party, 4 girls, Carol, April, me and Jo. We had a great time. She had a sign on the back of her bike about it.
We wrote all Sturges together. And just want to say I feel privileged to be her friend for so many years. And, yeah, that's all I want to say.
Anything for you to talk to? You did a great job.
Okay, well, if anybody else wants to talk, it's up here, and we're gonna let y'all get back to it. Thanks again. Yeah, the appetizers over there, I said the appetizers out, I pointed out where they were, and they'll keep bringing more.
Bob Morrison put together some pictures for us, and the movie, first part of She Lives to Ride that Linda's in. And it's running right now. Thank you, Bob. Thank you.